went into their set. Right. Okay. Okay.
Well, I came up with the idea for Blood Pledge because Brian Brogan and another one of our friends came, we all kind of wanted to do a vampire movie. And my buddy Jeff, who is no longer a part of the project, he had the idea for a sorority house film. So we had some meetings about it and we kind of talked things over, and then I decided that I was going to write the script and that Brian was going to help out on it. So we kind of sat down for a while, talked about what we wanted in the movie, some of the different scenes that we had, and we just basically sat down and wrote it. Took a few months and then started casting for it. To cast the film, we went on and posted some online classified ads at acting websites and casting websites, and we got just a ton of emails from people that wanted to be in the movie. So we got auditions from a lot of people.
My manager pretty much saw the casting call and he contacted me, and I was like, yeah, let's go for it. So he contacted Shay and Brian, and I did a demo reel and all that stuff.
I saw they posted a message on Bolton on MySpace.
I actually spoke with Brian. I had an audition and applied through Mandy.com, and then I spoke with Shay, and they worked everything out, and they got me here.
Some of the smaller parts, we just definitely talked to the people, and you know, if we thought they'd be fun to work with, then you know, we told them to come on down. The people that we did end up getting and casting, they, you know, we saw their audition, their video audition or demo reel, and we just really liked them. So they were all willing to come in from different states, and you know, Natalie's from New York and Lori's from Texas and Megan, Ohio, and you know, they were just all willing to come in. So we had them come in, and they all did a great job. For the locations, that was kind of a long process because we really wanted to give like a sorority house feel, and that was kind of hard because we couldn't really get a real sorority house on no budget, and sorority houses typically don't let boys in there anyway. So we went around to a lot of different places, and we were going to rent out the old Pekin High School and turn like a corridor and that into the main sorority house and use the gigantic staircases that they had. That ended up not working because the guy that was going to rent it out to us, he didn't like the name Hatred Studios, so he thought we were going to be some satanic cult or something like that. So that ended up falling through. So after that, it was back to square one basically, and just asking our friends if anyone had a house that we could use. And from there we found my buddy Zach, who has done movie stuff with us in the past, and his mom has always been really cool about letting us use her house. So we went there and used her basement, and basically just kind of dressed it up. And obviously it doesn't really look like a typical sorority house, but we kind of played around with that to have it be, you know, the basement of the sorority house. And yeah, she was really cool about letting us use it, so we went with it. To do the scenes that are actually at the college, we originally wanted to, you know, do it in a lunchroom and use a bunch of different actual locations like that. Because we're not students anywhere, no place would actually let us, you know, come in and film in their school. So we decided we were going to go to ICC here and just film however we could. We ended up filming the lunchroom scene outside at some benches, and for the classroom scene, we found an open classroom that on the far side of the small campus, and we just filmed in the classroom as quick as we could, and got in there and out of there without anybody noticing. So that all pretty much worked out how we were kind of hoping it would for a Sunday afternoon. If we would have got busted for being on there, I think we pretty much would have just, you know, played stupid and be like, oh, you know, I thought that we could film here, no problems. You know, we were told by a student and some faculty that everything would be fine. But no, I mean, if we got busted by it, I mean, we just leave. I don't think they'd call the cops on us because no one was really destroying anything. And if they were, hopefully a cop would be cool and be like, oh, you know, you guys aren't doing anything wrong. So. The problems that we had on set were with people not showing up. And originally for the party, we had about 50 to 75 people that had committed and said that they were going to come down for it. Now, I think maybe 10 people actually showed up. I think one of the reasons for that was because it was so far away, and it was just regular people, not actors that we were casting for it or anything. We had one girl that was going to come down from Chicago that called me the day of and said she didn't realize how far away Peoria was from Chicago, and so she wasn't coming down. And that we're going to work around that one with filming that, with actually casting that. We had problems with the camera. One of the cameras, luckily it wasn't the one that we really wanted to use. It just, I don't know exactly what happened to it. It just decided that it didn't like me and stopped working that day. The vampire teeth that we had bought, we were using denture compound to put on people's teeth, but we've used them in the past and they worked out really well. But the teeth on this day decided that they did not want to work at all. So we were not able to actually use the teeth on anyone. Well, we could use them on Steve, and that was it. Everyone else, they just kept falling off. So basically what we're going to do is go in while we're editing here and put them in CG as best we can without it looking cheesy and just drawn on there. Well, to keep everyone happy while we're filming, I mean, it's not hard as long as you're working with people that are willing to work with you. When it becomes difficult is when you have people that get upset over nothing, and basically you just have to stay positive with them and not get mad at them because they're not getting paid and they are here doing you a favor. And I mean, it's just about trying to keep them happy, doing what they want you to do, and it's like if they want something, then be like, okay, well, we'll get that taken care of for you, and just accommodate as best we can. We tried to do that as much as we could. People. It was a really hot day. It was a really long weekend, so some people got a little upset, which is understandable. And it was just kind of rough there for a little bit, but once we kind of got everything taken care of and people saw that we were on the right path of things, I think it made the whole weekend go a lot better. Well, I tried to film enough so that we could have options open on what we want to use, and basically to determine which shots that I want to use in the movie, I just go through and there's a lot of different things I look at. I look at the audio a lot to see the inflection in their voices, to see which one I like best, their facial reactions and emotions on the scene. And there's sometimes there's a cool angle that looks a lot cooler when I'm editing than it did when I was actually filming it. So even if the take wasn't all that great, I see what I can do to actually get that shot in there. And I mean, it's just basically whatever flows well together. Like, if there's a shot that I really like but it doesn't flow whatsoever with the next shot, then I can't use it, because it just wouldn't make any sense and it would seem like something was stopping and then starting again. So basically I just go through and I try to find things that flow with all the other scenes and then put the movie together. So With music, I find the music that I want, and then I send out emails to managers to see if I can get festival use licenses. With this film, my friend Jeremiah, who is in the movie, he happens to know a lot of people, and a lot of music that we're going to use for this he knows. Like Slipknot, we're going to use a couple songs. A couple of guys from Slipknot, their side projects we're going to use. And we had permission from the bands, at least, to use it. If we wanted to actually go somewhere bigger with it, then we would need to get a hold of the label, obviously. But and we also have one of my other buddies who is going to school for music engineering. He is also doing some of the music for this. There's a lot of local people that want to do music for the movies. That, you know, if they have something that would work for me, that I would use that from them. And if there's a song that I like, or a sound that I like, but I can't get the actual music from that band, basically I go onto MySpace and look at the small bands and try and find something that has a similar feel to it, because they'd be all about it. From after we get it all edited down, it's time to go out to festivals and conventions and promote the movie. We're going to try and promote the movie online as much as we can. We're going to try and sell the movie online as much as we can. Going up to conventions, we're going to sit down and look at the conventions around the country and see which ones would be feasible for us to go to. The ones around here, obviously, Fangoria we want to go to in February. Flashback weekend in July we want to go to. Basically just trying to get the right person to see the movie and hope that everything works out, and then start working on the next project. The most important tools to me, definitely the camera. If something's out of focus, then you go in to edit it, and there's nothing you can do. Definitely the cast is probably just as important as the camera. And because if you have a good cast that knows what they're doing, it'll make everything a lot better. As far as like editing goes, good editing software, as opposed to something cheap and free, or will make everything better. Sound is a huge thing. I use an onboard mic on my camera because the sound is actually pretty decent on there, and I haven't really had any issues with it so far. So that's also huge, and just being able to use the different sounds and music that you want to be able to use is definitely a huge tool. And just all those little things put together, I think, make up for a good movie. Without the internet, we could make a movie just fine with local people, and people in the area would probably be the only ones that would ever know about it. Because without the internet, I wouldn't know about different conventions to go to. The actors, unfortunately, in this area, there's not that many people that want to act. So I wouldn't have all those people from out of state. So I would get local actors that probably don't really want to do what I want to do anyways. I wouldn't be able to promote it quite as well, because I'd be able to put it, in the newspaper, and then mail out press releases pretty much to different places, but I would probably never know if they actually got in there. So I think it'd be pretty impossible to actually go anywhere with this without the internet. Because I've never worked with the budget, it's hard to say whether it's easier or harder without it. We kind of try and make things work the best we can with no budget and with what limited supplies of props and everything that we have. I don't think it's that hard to make things, look good, as long as everything works. Like, as long as the vampire teeth will actually stay in people's mouths. It would probably be easier, if we had a bigger budget and we had people, more of a cast and crew to help with these sort of things. I think that might be the only easier aspect, and just, actually getting people that really truly know, this is what they do. Get it like a Tom Savini on our set, someone like that, instead of Brian Brogan and myself applying liquid latex and pouring blood on people to make it look like they got their asses beat. Yeah, I love horror. That's my favorite type of movie. Horror is just more fun to me. You can do so much more. You can have so much more fun with it. If someone's getting all bloody on set, it's much more fun than if someone's crying on set. You can make monsters. Make vampires, make werewolves. Just, I want to do everything. I want to make that movie that's really, really good. That it's not just good because it's a type of genre. I want to make a movie that everyone likes. I want to make a movie that scares the crap out of people. I want to make all those movies. I don't want to just do one type of film. It'd be nice if in the future I definitely want to do this for the rest of my life, and my hopes are that someone will, basically the right person would see it, and we could work with them on that and get distribution, and then hopefully get big enough where I could make a movie that would be like a defining movie for a certain type of genre that would be kind of a comparison to all other films and everything. Just making movies pretty much.